Good afternoon and welcome. Always a pleasure to be with you on Radio Tunis International. Najla Trabilsi on audio engineering, Reem Trabilsi on live streaming, Hayet Toukabri in the studio for this daily edition. And we have the great pleasure to have with us today Karyn Walton, who is the Executive Principal at the British International School of Tunis. She is here to talk to us about the achievements of a school year, an academic year at the British International School of Tunis. And we are happy to have her with us today, as today really is a special occasion for her to celebrate 35 years of teaching. What a coincidence, what a beautiful coincidence, what a celebration and a dedication, Karyn. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for accepting the invitation today.
No, the pleasure's all mine, Hayat. Thank you so much, and what a lovely introduction.
You are welcome. Well, so how long have you been with the British International School? And if you can tell us a little bit about your experience, maybe in teaching the 35 years, if you give us an overview of these 35 years.
Of course. So I've been in Tunis, beautiful country, for 3 years now at the British International School of Tunis. And prior to that, China, Thailand, America. Each school, each experience is a life learning opportunity. I've learned so much in every school, every leadership position in particular that I've had. And I think as you grow older and you self-reflect, those lessons help you formulate where are you going? What do you want for our young children today? Because as you know yourself, Hayat, over the last 3-4 decades, the needs of our children have changed so much for the future ahead of them. So we need to be one step of the game, drawing on experience, our knowledge, and the different situations we've been in as a teacher or leader.
Right, wonderful. If you can give us an overview of the school system at BIST, and maybe you can talk about the primary and secondary as well, because you are the executive principal for both, and maybe remind us of the different stages.
No problem. So we start with early years. Our youngest children, they're between 3 and 5, and they follow the UK curriculum, Development Matters, which is an amazing programme that focuses on a child's developmental progress rather than their chronological age. So it's very, very appropriate to their age, their needs, easily adapted. After that, they would move into Key Stage 1, which is years 1 and 2, where they do, year 1 is a transition year. So continuing with what they've been doing in early years, and a slow move towards their first official year of schooling, formal schooling.
And they do that from the beginning in English?
They do.
Right.
In English. The only subjects that we teach that are not in English are French and Arabic.
Okay. These are languages, of course.
Absolutely.
Right.
And of course,
another
we want
supplementary support.
Of course. And we want the children to have the other languages important to our country. After Key Stage 1, we have Key Stage 2, which is the last 4 years of primary. So that's years 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, apologies. And year 6 is the important year for transitioning and preparing for secondary. So we spend a full term. So from April till now, our year 6 children have gone to secondary every week to experience the changes they will expect with different policies. They're getting older, becoming more independent. Moving classroom, that's a big one, because they've been with one teacher. And
moving premises as well.
Yes, because we have, you know, they're older, they move to a purpose-built secondary setting. And then when they go into secondary, we have Key Stage 3, years 7, 8, 9, and that gives the children their grounding to prepare for the examinations later. Then years 10 and 11 are the IGCSE programme. And year 12 and 13, our sixth formers are doing a mixture of AS and A-level. So we literally take them from baby to adult, and watching some of the year 13s on Friday become very emotional at their graduation.
Sure.
Some of them have been with us since they were in the nursery school. So even for them looking back on their own life in school and memories, it was a really special moment. It's wonderful that some children actually go the full journey with their education with us.
Right. So this is time for celebrations, for graduations, for it is such a busy time of the year. So how do you live? I mean, these moments with the children, either those who are leaving the primary, going to secondary, or those who are finalizing and achieving, the last moments at BIST and going to university.
I think, to be honest, it's that iceberg moment, isn't it, where as staff, as people that are trying to support the children as best we can with everything they do, they don't see the scrambling around with all the last minute graduation details or flight preparation for a team who went to Barcelona on Monday. So it's making sure they don't see that. They see the confident, supportive people that we are, hopefully, to guide them academically or their well-being, or be there to catch them when they have an emotional moment or a stress or a concern, because it's all about the whole child. So it's really important that we have that positivity to help build them up and be there for anything. So whatever happens, don't bat an eyelid, don't show it, and make sure that the children have the support they need.
Feels confident as well.
Why we go to work every day.
Right. Well, what are some of the values that you share with the children? I mean, at all levels.
So our overarching ethos is education without limits, but today education is much more than academics. We need to prepare our children for uncertain futures. AI threw a curveball at us in the last 2 to 3 years, and we were very lucky to get on that very quickly, and a little bit of education disruptors at BIST in the right way to make sure we have done everything we can for the children. So education without limits is our overarching everything we do, and that education will be academic, social, emotional, well-being, life skills and preparation for their future.
Right.
And then that's underpinned by our 4 values. And then I think the most important thing that we sing every day out loud, and every child, every member of staff, is work hard, dream big.
Oh, yeah.
And
certainly.
That underlies everything that we do, and it's applicable to every single thing the children do. So if that's sixth form learning how to cook because they're going to university, they need to take care of themselves.
Sure. Yeah.
We had fun doing that. If it's exam preparation, so you go in feeling confident, you're not under stress. If it's the younger children having an overnight camping adventure, everything that we do in life, it's this mantra of if you work hard and dream big, dreams can come true.
Sure. Right. How does your international school foster a sense of belonging and inclusivity to all the students who come from different backgrounds, different international backgrounds?
There's one word: family. And we are truly a family. I've worked in a number of schools and visited, I hate to think how many schools over my career. And I think a lot of schools advertise that on a website, and you walk in, they're very good at talking the talk, but they don't walk the talk.
But in practice,
they don't do it. But we really do. And I think one of the amazing pieces of feedback we get over and over again, everyone who comes in can feel it's that you walk in, it's warm, we do what we say we do. It is truly a family. And one of my newest teachers summed it up beautifully today. I had a coffee with her earlier. She joined us this term, and she said it's been a family. As someone new coming from the UK, I didn't know what to expect. She's one of our younger teachers. She came on her own, away from her family. And she said, but honestly, Karyn, everyone's been here. If I needed anything, they helped me find the supermarkets. They helped me with an apartment. So I think we truly We're very transparent, we're very open, we say what we do and we say that with meaning, but we don't make false promises. So we're truly a family.
And that's wonderful, and that's a key to success, I guess, because who doesn't feel comfortable in a family? I mean, you really need to have that climate, that environment, in order to do better achievements, in order to excel in what you are doing. So let me ask you about the British curriculum, and this is what you apply and what you implement in the British International School of Tunis. And since you have been in other countries, you named Thailand, China, America, Tunisia. So what differences are there in the implementation of the British curriculum, depending on the different cultural context?
So America was an exception because I actually taught
in what way?
So I taught in a government school in America,
Okay.
using their curriculum, of course, to, be completely honest with you. Thailand, China and here have all been international schools. All three have been embedded in the English national curriculum. But of course, in every country, you tweak what you need to do for cultural sensitivity, areas of the curriculum you might teach in the UK, but you wouldn't in the country you live in.
Right,
And you need
right.
to be respectful to the culture you live in. They host us as guests in the country, so we need to look after that.
Are there examples in this way?
So China in particular was quite tricky because the curriculum had to be 50% Chinese, 50% English.
Okay.
And so in that
You
school,
mean in language or in content?
everything
In everything.
was 50-50.
Right.
And when I arrived in that school, it was very difficult. So the school had myself as the principal and a Chinese principal, and we had to work really closely together. And you can imagine, as principals,
Wow.
that's very difficult.
It is.
But we had a very good relationship. There were a lot of changes literally that would happen overnight within the Ministry of Education in that country, and you had to adapt very quickly. But it was time, the limitation of time when you need to cover everything in both languages equally, because the international schools in China are all bilingual as well, on the whole, and there are rigorous government regulations. So that was probably the most constricting, challenging, due to the time format. But the beauty of the English national curriculum is you can develop the curriculum you believe in.
Right.
So you can adapt it
You can
very
adapt.
easily.
Right.
Very easily. It takes work and
It does.
dedication.
Certainly. Right.
But it's very easy to do as long as you're covering the objectives the children need to learn. And it's been wonderful here. I'm blessed because the group that we work for, Brightest Education, the British International School of Tunis is part of Brightest Group, give me complete autonomy to do what I truly believe in for the children in all aspects of their schooling. So over the last few years, I've noticed, I think schools, international schools in particular, are fabulous at getting good exam results. We can get the A's, the A stars, the children get the subjects they need, and they have a choice of university.
Right.
But over the last 10 years in particular, and then again after COVID, I really worried because we were preparing children to do so well academically and go to university. But honestly, if they can't live, if they can't be independent, if they can't live away from home in a foreign country, they're going to fail.
That's right.
Regardless of academics. So I've been very lucky as an example at best to ensure that our adults have a truly holistic programme. So we do life skills.
Life skills.
We
That's right.
teach them how to cook, how
Right.
to read a timetable, how to manage money. The bank of mum and dad are not always going to be there to
That's
fork out
right.
for
Yeah.
bolt. You need to learn how to take a bus, adapting to different countries, different cultures, depending on their choice of university.
Right.
And equally, we started this year work experience, which has just been amazing.
So how do you do that?
So our sixth formers are great. If I come up with an idea, they're amazing. They're so supportive. They're ready for the challenge they want to try. So, you know, in most secondary schools, the minute the exams are finished, they think they've got an extended holiday. And at the beginning of the year, no, not going to happen. That's not going to happen with me. You are coming back to school. It will be purposeful. It will be part of your preparation. So Miss Ameni, who's joined me today, the head of our marketing team, has had 4 of the boys interested in that as a career, working with her. And they have been...
In marketing.
In marketing. And Miss Ameni has given them autonomy and training. So they've been doing social media posts, they've been making videos, they've been involved in many of the meetings that we have. So we have a weekly meeting and they've joined that to get full work experience. We've had one of our head boys has just had his last day today as a teaching assistant in the primary. And as he left, he sent me a voice message on my work phone to say, Miss Karyn, I've had a blast. I'm not going away in summer. If you need me for anything in the summer, please let me know.
Oh, that's nice.
So the work experience, we need to make improvements.
Sure.
It's the first year we've done it. But it's been so successful and so meaningful to the children. Again, what comes after school?
Yeah, gives them an idea of what to expect afterwards from the professional life that awaits them. Right.
And some had a few shocks.
I am sure. It's this or that.
Exactly.
And what about the work experience in Thailand, as it was maybe longer than the one in China?
So the work experience I did in Thailand, it was mainly hotel and tourism.
Okay.
We had a huge amount of children who wanted to do that. And I actually worked with some of the major hotel resorts in the area that I lived in to provide, so they would either do front desk, they would do the kitchens, if they wanted to go into cookery.
Right. So these are different needs,
so
of
completely
course.
different. So I think as a principal, it's very important you listen. We've got a big pupil voice.
Right.
What do you want? Where will your future be? Where are you going? So then we can give them meaningful life skills, work experience, etc. So a good example, 2 of the girls, beginning of the year, said they're really interested in law.
Right.
They have their eye on a specific university they would like to go to. And we've never offered law. There hasn't been an interest. But because we had that conversation at the beginning of the year, to ensure we can give the children what they need for their future, we've now employed a lady from the UK who will come out and she will teach law.
Ah, that's
so
cool.
If we listen, what do these children really want?
You can provide that.
But we need that. Obviously, I can't find a teacher overnight, and we need to get the good teachers that we pride ourselves in having. So the pupil voice is very loud and clear in the school, with leadership, with ownership, and this senior leadership in secondary and we agree on the children should be running the school.
Why not?
Because it's their future. We're there to catch.
It's for them and by them, right? And they have to learn to do it.
Of course.
Right, but apart from that, what strategies are there to cater for the needs of, those who have problems academically or emotionally?
Yeah, so we have a number of children with special educational needs, as we would reverse them in the UK curriculum.
Right.
I think number one, you never label any child. It's not the boy with ADHD or the girl with dyslexia. Every child's unique.
Equal opportunities.
Of course. And every child at some point in their life will have a need, be it an academic need, a label. So we remove labels straight away. Every child in school, regardless of having SEN or English additional language, they will have an individual education programme. So each child is seen as unique, individual, and they will be given what they need at that moment in time. We've had huge success this year with a young lady who came into school at the beginning of the year extremely shy, would never have opened up publicly, and stood on a stage on Friday and gave a speech to her mum just sitting in the audience crying.
Wow.
So when we personalise the learning, when we look after the child and really give them the support they need when they need it, they make amazing progress.
Sure.
You get it back tenfold.
Sure. How would you describe the your school's overall culture and climate?
Work hard, dream big, and be a family, and be part of the
your
family.
Slogan.
Absolutely. And as I said, we live and we breathe that, and being there for each other. Being a family is part of it's not always joyful and celebration. It's being there when things are tough in your personal life or professional life. It's being there to support each other, go through the trials, tribulation, the tears of joy, the tears of laughter, the tears of despair.
Sure.
Together.
Be there in every moment.
Have everyone's back all the time.
When you talk about this notion of family, what opportunities are there for parents to be involved in the school community?
So we have a number of parents who we call parent ambassadors, and they network, they help with our community events and everything. Big part of community events, so our biggest ones are our winter fair, our winter show, huge celebration for Ramadan, of course, and a beautiful family meal with parents.
And this is a very important cultural
extremely
moment.
Important, extremely. International Day, we have parents who help in the background with business links, so when we were looking for the development of a new website, it was one of our parents who worked with us had a good contact with a good name, good reputation. And again, because we are a family school and we're very lucky we get to know our parents extremely well, we work together as a team to our parents really believe in what we do in the process of continuous improvement that we go through. And because they believe in that, a number of our parents will come and offer, what can we do to help? What can we support with? And that again shows
the
why
sense
we are
of family.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right. That's wonderful. What about your staff and your approach to teachers, CPD, continuous professional development and support?
Super important. You've got to make sure that our staff are up to date. So example, AI. We went through intensive training on that to make sure they were prepared. We're looking at the UK regulations. Tunisia doesn't yet have them in place, so we will follow the UK regulations. But so we do quite a lot of group training and support, but equally we do training for individual needs. So new admin team, we will make sure that they have English lessons to help them build their confidence in English. New teachers, I'm not put off by having new teachers who've done well at university, and we provide what's called ETC, the early training career programme for them, which is 2 years. I personally mentor and support that. Our Tunisian qualified teachers, they're fully qualified of course. Once they've been with us for 1 or 2 years, we'll have the opportunity to do IPGCE from the UK online. Again, I personally mentor that to give them the support they need. And just being there, again, as you do with the children, listen to the team. What do they need? Is there anything that we need more support in? So the staff have a voice as well. One example recently, there were aspects of the behaviour policy that they felt needed updating. We will make sure that's done in August to align with the needs of our children. That needs to be, every document's a living, breathing document that we work on, we improve. So we're huge believers in being there to support the team both in their individual professional development and as a school, a whole group.
Right. It's the holistic approach, as you
Again,
said.
yeah.
Right. And what about the nationalities of your teachers? Are they most of them British, or
It's
you have Tunisian ones as well?
yeah,
Yeah.
honestly 50-50 because I
50-50.
don't think of just the staff as
What
just being the
nationalities
teachers.
are there?
So we have Tunisian, Libyan, British, American, Canadian. Sorry guys if I'm missing anyone. So mainly the first language speaking English countries.
Right,
And it's
right.
very important, for instance, that our English teachers it's their first language. Our parents pay high fees for a very
Sure.
prestigious school, and they want to be taught by English speaking
That's
adults
right.
for pronunciation especially. So we I'm a big believer you employ the right person for the job, and the one that will do the job the best they can do for the children. We're there for them. They deserve the best. And I don't really look at age, nationality, male, female. We might interview 10, 15 people for one position before we think you fit with the family. We can see you joining our community. You have the right talent, the right experience, and anything that isn't there, we will support and develop you. So it's really important we get the right people regardless of nationality or
Right.
age.
And do you consider, for instance, the professional, achievements of those teachers? Like, for example, if they have any international certificates, for instance?
Of course. So, and we continue that. So every year, all the team, academic and non-academic, will do UK qualifications, particularly safeguarding, child
Right.
protection. Everyone must do that to work at the school before the academic year starts. Our maintenance team will have training with the Tunisian government for their role this year to keep up to date with practice in
Right.
country. We just celebrated with Hakeem and Sabrine, who came here a few weeks ago. They've just completed their IPGCE,
That's
so
good.
celebrate with them.
Congratulations to
Yes, and congratulations from me too. So, and Hakeem's super proud. He will go to the UK to graduate.
He's teaching business, right?
He teaches business and he's our exams officer, and Sabrine's one of the primary.
Brilliant.
So we celebrate the success of the team as well. Hiba, our head of HR this year, she had her master's degree, so, and that wasn't through the school, that was her personal learning. But
Right,
again,
right.
you celebrate every achievement,
That's wonderful.
staff and child.
That's wonderful, and that's the family concept that we talked about earlier. Well, as a school leader, what are your priorities, Karyn?
The children.
The children.
And I will even tell parents
the
that
children and the children.
the children, every single child comes first. And the parents know me very well and they know the way I am. And a parent was waiting for me today at the end of our assembly. Miss Ameni kept coming running through Miss Innes saying, Miss Karen, there's a parent waiting. The children's assembly haven't finished. Please ask her to wait 5 minutes because it's all about them. If you're not there for the children, you should not be in the job.
That's right. I fully agree with you. What is your vision for the school in the next 3 years? Any prospects of opening other branches of the British International School of Tunis in Tunisia or in other countries?
I've been, because we're already part of Brightest Education, we do
Right.
have schools in the group, particularly in the Middle East. We're proud recent award winners through MENA for the most innovative school in the whole of MENA and the whole of Africa. And we won the best British International School in North Africa.
That's great.
So the British International School Tunis is really making its
reference.
mark on the world, not just Tunisia. So I'd want to continue that. The one for innovation in curriculum is particularly dear to my heart
Right.
because it really celebrates the hard work the team has done the past 3 years, and before I arrived the hard work started then, and we live and do what we believe in for the children. So making the curriculum come alive, being creative, having purposeful time, informed time, registration, work experience, having the animals for real life science lessons in the garden. We will continue to do more and more, but continual improvement for us is the heart of everything we do. Listening to the children.
Listen to the
What
children.
do they need?
Right.
Where are they going?
Right. And this is how you can really cater for those needs and try your best to make every voice heard, as you said.
Of course.
And it is time for holidays now?
Today.
Today.
The children finished at 12 o'clock today. So
Wonderful. There is a celebration?
We have a praise assembly. So this is where it's difficult. I can't be on both campuses. So
Right.
in secondary, they had the praise assembly, but alongside that, celebrating the amazing Year 9 checkpoint assessments. They were officially given their results today. They're
Great.
outstanding.
Great.
Super proud of you all, Year 9. And in primary, we had a praise assembly with the younger children where we were dancing while we celebrated. They had their favourite music on. They played the school song, singing along. So the energy right up until the very, very last moment is just integral.
That's wonderful. Well, we wish you enjoyable holidays then, and we look forward to be back.
I can't wait.
After the holidays, that's after August.
Thank you. Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
Because boys basketball Barcelona, if you're listening, you will be in Lorette tomorrow now. You'll be one match down. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's being a sportsman and taking part that counts. But goal best, work hard, dream big.
That's right. Well, great, and hope that they will come back, very successful. And the most important thing is the participation in these events.
Exactly.
Well, whatever the result.
Thank you. And thank you for having us here
You're
today,
welcome.
Hayet. It's
Thank
been
you
a pleasure.
so much. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you, Karyn. Well, coming up next, our guests for today. I hope they are here. So stay with us. We'll be back right after this.